Boys, UFC Fight Night, Lemos versus Jandiroba just finished up. We finally got through it. We have UFC 304 next week, so we got past the pretty trash cards. Now we can look forward to at least some moderately good fight cards coming up, but as you can see, we have every single winner here. We also have every single winner on the prelims. We're going to quickly matchmake every single one of these guys and girls up into who I think they should fight next. Starting, of course, in that main card, the main event. First off, I made a video a few days ago that if these fighters lose their next fight, I'm ending it all. I said, in my honorable mention, if Jake Paul goes out there and flatlines Mike Perry, I'm ending it all. And you know what? This outcome of Jake Paul just constantly using Mike Perry I think it went like 4 or 5 rounds, as a punching bag all 5 rounds. This is a worse outcome than him just flat out knocking him out cold. Because to be honest, this made Mike Perry look like an absolute retard. I'm not gonna lie. It was hard to watch. I'm just screaming at Mike Perry to at least keep your hands up. Do something. It was so frustrating to watch. Am I gonna kill myself because Jake Paul technically KO'd Mike Perry? We'll see how the rest of the week shapes up, because there's some fights in that video that I made coming up next week. So we'll see how the week goes. But am I happy about it? Absolutely not. Mike Perry is an idiot. Mike Perry just pissed me off. I think Conor McGregor fired him from BKFC. I don't think that's going to be realistic because he is that cash cow for BKFC, but regardless, still pretty funny. But it's just showing how just stupid some of these MMA fighters are when they transition to boxing. But let's keep moving over. Plus, Jake Paul had like a 30-40 pound weight advantage on Mike Perry. Just some absolute clownery of an event. I think at this point, maybe there's a few people before interested in that Mike Tyson fight. I think now nobody's interested in it whatsoever. I know I have zero interest in it whatsoever after watching this fight. So let's have Jake Paul actually fight someone his own size, his own skill range, and see how it goes from there. Because the one time he fought an actual boxer, he lost. But let's continue with this matchmaking after I got that little rant out of the way. So Jandiroba got that submission win in round 2. I think that's like almost dead on of what I predicted. Let me see. I forget what I said, but I think I only got 2 fights wrong in this card, which is pretty good. But with that being said, she might not be able to see straight, but that title is in her vision. Give her the next title shot. It's either going to be Jandiroba or Tatiana Suarez. It doesn't seem Tatiana Suarez has the best schedule right now. So honestly, whoever out of those two can fight first, give them the title next. Do I think Jandiroba needs to fight one more time? No, depending on how fast Zhang Weili wants to, stay active. She could fight Tatiana Suarez and then Jandiroba, or vice versa. I think if she fights Tatiana Suarez first, she's going to lose those. So maybe she wants this Jandiroba fight. I think this is a better fight for her than that Tatiana Suarez fight, but regardless, keep moving down. Steve Garcia got that first round KO over Choi, and fun fight. I think he needs a little bit jump up in competition and ranking. This guy, he's on a little bit of a losing streak, but he's higher in those rankings. Let's give him someone like a Jonathan Pierce. I think this would be a really fun fight. Someone's getting finished in this fight, and I think it's going to be Jonathan Pierce getting finished. But let's speed run this shit. Get this card over with so we can get into UFC 304. But Kurt Holobaugh got that decision win over Kainan. Let's give him, he's fought a lot of guys in this division already. I'm not gonna lie. I was trying to match him up with some guys, but I think a fun matchup would be someone like a Jordan Levitt. I think the ground game would be semi-entertaining in this fight. I don't think it's gonna be the most entertaining fight, don't get me wrong, but semi-entertaining. Both of these guys are pretty good on the ground. Jordan Levitt, I believe, also on a little bit of a decline, 2-fight losing streak. Both of these guys, honestly, not the top of this division, but fun matchup, fresh matchup as well. Haven't fought each other yet, not that I think at least. But moving down, Bruno Silva got that second round KO win over Cody Durden, and I think it's time we get this guy into the rankings. We don't want to give him like a top 10, top 9 guy. Let's give him someone in the top 15. I think a good matchup for him is going to be someone like a Mateus Nicolau. This guy, I think, is on a 2-fight losing streak. I believe. I could be wrong about that, but regardless, it's time for him to defend that top 15 placement that he has. And yeah, Bruno Silva coming in here, turned into a real fun, exciting fighter for the fans to watch. This was a pretty fun matchup. There's only a few fun matchups on this card. This was definitely one of them. Don't get me wrong, this card wasn't as bad as what we originally thought, but I'm just excited that we can finally move past all this and get into UFC 304. But don't get it wrong, best believe we're going to have some stinker cards lined up for the rest of the year. I don't know what the UFC is doing, but I've seen some of these cards and the fighters headlining them. I'm just confused what the UFC is really trying to do at this point. Are they trying to grow their company? Are they just not caring anymore? I don't know. It's very confusing, but regardless, let's keep moving on. We got Choi getting that second round KO over Bill Algeo. Was looking a little bit hairy here and there, but he showed some pretty amazing ground game and just grappling offense in the first round. Had a lot of submission threats here and there. He looked really good, way more improved than what we saw him previously. Let's keep him active. Let's get him a little bit higher in the competition, but it's still someone he should be able to get past and get it like a highlight reel knockout. That's what I personally think. Let's give him Pat Sabatini. Sabatini, I believe, is coming off a loss or two. He's definitely not on a winning streak. He's higher in the rankings, so fun matchup. A fight where I think Choi could do some good highlight reel things to Pat Sabatini. But the opener of the main card, Hyder and Amil got that first round, I believe it was in the first minute, KO over Lee. Lots of good finishes on this card. I believe there was only 2, maybe 3 decisions on this entire card, which was fun. This card went by super fast, so not complaining about that. But do the same thing. Let's get this guy a little bit higher in competition. We want to keep him active as well. He was in there for a whole minute, so it's not like he's going to need time off. Let's book him up with someone who should be ready to go within the next few months here, and that's going to be Wilson. Again, someone who should be ready to go semi soon here. Definitely get him back in the octagon before the end of the year. Yeah, that's the entire main card. Let's quickly run through these prelims. First off, Cody Gibson got that first round submission over Brian Kelleher. Pretty fun matchup. And yeah, same thing with Cody Gibson. He's fought a lot of people in this division already. So let's match him up with someone, I believe, similar in the rankings to him. Similar career path. This guy's been in the UFC for a while. Both these guys vets. Let's give him Davy Grant. Davy Grant just fought not too recently, I believe, on 301. So he should be able to fight relatively soon. Again, Cody Gibson took no damage. He is an older fighter, so he can't be taking so much time off. He needs to stay relatively active if he wants to make any sort of run to the title, which is hilarious to say, but that's what's probably going on in his mind right now, a title run. But I don't know who's going to break the bad news to him, but let's keep moving over real quick to Miranda Maverick, getting that pretty dominant decision win over Barboza. I think it's time we give her a top 15, top 10 level opponent. Amanda Ribas seems like the best choice. I don't want to rematch her with, I think it was supposed to be Tracy Cortez. I said in the other video where we matched up Tracy Cortez, when I don't really want to see this one remade, so let's give her someone else. Amanda Ribas hasn't fought in a minute now. Both of these girls should be ready to make somewhat of a quick turnaround. Probably end of the year. I wouldn't be mad about that. Maybe a few months. She looked good out there. Both of them shouldn't take that long. Again, if you want to support Miranda Maverick, go buy some of her pickles and whatever else she's selling. But let's keep moving over. Trey Ogden got that decision win over Razi Boyev. It was a fun matchup, I believe. I don't know. These are all mixing together, to be honest. And same thing with Trey Ogden too. I was trying to match this guy up. This guy's fought so many. He's fought Gibson. He's fought Kurt Holobaugh. He's fought, I believe, both of their opponents. He's fought a lot of guys in this division. Let's give him someone, I think maybe even below him in the rankings, but regardless, let's give him Joaquim Silva. Fun matchup. This will be a relatively competitive matchup as well. But we got 2 more fights to go through. Let's just run through them real quick. Luana Carolina got that decision win over Pudilova, and let's match her up someone a little bit higher in the rankings, I believe. Maybe it's lower. I don't know, but I think this would be a fun matchup. I think this is a matchup they should probably do. Talking about Veronica Hardy. I think Veronica Hardy could get this one done. Although it would be a hard matchup, but Veronica Hardy has been looking really good as of late. Honestly, looking so good. It's like a title run type of performance lately. But get this win for Veronica Hardy, then we're talking about like a top 15, top 10 matchup after that. But let's move over to, I don't even really want to talk about this one. Freaking Muhammad Usman. Honestly, just cut Muhammad Usman at this point. Kamaru Usman should be disowning him as a brother. He's just ruining that Usman name at this point. But Thomas Petersen, I saw this on Twitter. He should change his name to Thomas the Train Petersen. I think that would be an amazing name for him. But let's match him up with Austin Lane. Not much to say about this. I'm not going to go too in depth for this one because it's just fat heavyweights anyways. And yeah, this is going to be posted hopefully Sunday. Then we're going into fight week after that. Monday, I'm trying to get the UFC 304 early prediction video out. So if you're interested in that, leave a like on this video and subscribe with those post notifications turned on so you don't miss that video. We're on that goal to get to 500 subscribers. So again, if you haven't yet, Leave a like on this video and subscribe with those post notifications turned on. And yeah, we survived this week. I don't know how we managed to do so, but we did. And there's really not that much else left to say except for I will see you guys in my next video.